It is Friday, January 10th, 2025, and this is the latest breaking news from Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. I believe I have 15 or 16 good stories, so make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to end with a letter from one of you, from one of the viewers that actually got scammed by the scammer in Cartagena, so we'll hear his story in his words at the end of this video. Let's jump into this first one, but keep in mind, for everybody who takes a second and go down and hit like, you all right. That's right. You are much appreciated. Again, let's just jump into this first one in El Poblado. In El Poblado, a French citizen narrowly escaped injury during an attempted robbery. While traveling on a skateboard, he was approached by criminals who tried to steal his chain. To prevent the theft, he threw the chain into a residential unit. This angered the thieves, who shot at him with a traumatic weapon. Fortunately, he was not hurt, and the robbers fled without the chain or any of his belongings. This incident highlights the ongoing safety concerns in this area. Now, I want to stop and say right quick that in the translation, it did say that he fought back and they shot him. But they said he was okay. He's fine. I'm going to guess that they were meant to say that he was shot at, and hence the reason he's fine. Because I'm going to believe if you get shot, you ain't fine.
What?
Okay, let's jump into the next one. In financial success news, Rappi, Colombia's first unicorn and a leading Latin American startup, has significantly impacted the delivery and fintech sectors since its inception in 2015. Founded by Simón Borrero, Rappi quickly expanded internationally, operating in 9 Latin American countries. The company achieved unicorn status in 2018 with a valuation exceeding $1 billion and now boasts a market value of over $5.2 billion. Employing 6,000 people and partnering with 600,000 businesses, Rappi has attracted around $2.2 billion in investment. Diversifying into fintech, Rappi introduced Rappi Bank, Rappi Pay, and Rappi Card. Co-founder Borrero announced plans for a potential New York Stock Exchange listing in 2025. That's right, Rappi will bring you everything. Gotta love Rappi, gotta love Rappi. Okay, next up. A small plane traveling from Juradó, Chocó to Medellin with 10 occupants has gone missing since 5:30 p.m. on January 8, 2025. The Cessna aircraft, registration HK-2522, was last traced flying over the rural area of Juradó, southwest of Antioquia. Authorities have activated search and rescue protocols to locate the aircraft and its occupants. Initial reports suggest that bad weather might have contributed to the incident. Some residents in the area have reportedly cited the aircraft, and authorities are working to verify these claims. Okay, got a little time left to see the Christmas lights. The Christmas lights are coming down. This Sunday, January 12th, will be the last day to enjoy the Christmas lights in Medellin. The city has been illuminated for 46 days with over 8 million LED bulbs and 25,000 decorative figures under the theme Medellin Nativity of Light. The lights will be on from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. until Sunday. It's a great opportunity to experience the festive atmosphere and appreciate the hard work of the single mothers who created the decorations. So there you go. Get on by and check out the Christmas lights. Is Medellin's tourism increasing? Medellin is indeed expecting a significant increase in tourism, aiming to grow from 1.3 million to 1.8 million tourists in 2025. Despite this optimistic outlook, the city faces challenges such as a slight decline in hotel occupancy rates and a decrease in short-term rental occupancy. The new Tourism Secretariat is actively working on strategies to manage and promote tourism while addressing issues like illegal activities and the impact of mass tourism. The city's efforts include increased controls and monitoring, especially in the areas with high tourist activity. Medellin's tourist intelligence system is also playing a crucial role in gathering data to better understand and manage tourism trends. In Colombia's rents are expected to rise. Rents in Colombia are expected to increase by 3 to 5% in 2025, driven by the Consumer Price Index and high tourist season in Santa Marta. The city has become a top destination for real estate investment with 24% growth in non-social interest housing sales. Over 3,000 new tourism-focused housing units are expected to launch soon. Law 820 of 2003 regulates rent increases based on the previous year's CPI, with adjustments only allowed upon lease renewal. The rental market in Colombia is growing, with 40.3% of households renting, but informality remains an issue. Major cities like Bogotá and Medellin see the highest demand for rentals. Okay, over to Cartagena. A tourist trip to the Rosario Islands turned into a nightmare when $2,500 was stolen from her brother-in-law's debit card. The theft occurred on January 4th, and the incident quickly went viral on social media. The family had rented a boat and discovered the theft while enjoying the beach. The bank informed them that the payments were made using a bold device, which allows charges with the physical card. The card was returned to the wallet, making the theft hard to detect. Cartagena's mayor, Dumek Turbay, announced that authorities are investigating the incident and working to return the stolen money. In Canadian-Colombian news, Canadian authorities have charged Diego Alejandro Osorio Anarita with second-degree murder in the death of his wife, Nisi Aboleda Rodríguez, a 30-year-old Colombian chef. She was found unconscious on December 25, 2024, in St. John, New Brunswick, and later pronounced dead at the hospital. The Latino community is deeply affected by this incident. Osorio Angarita, who had not hired an attorney, is set to be tried on January 24, 2025. The case has sparked discussions about femicide, with Colombia recording 483 femicides in the previous year. Authorities emphasize the need for better judicial handling to combat impunity and ensure justice for the victims. The following are 4 of the top visiting locations for tourists for rural tourism in Colombia. Eje Cafetero, stay at the traditional coffee farms, learn about coffee cultivation, and enjoy breathtaking mountain landscapes. Nightly rentals range from COP 650 mil peso to 1 millones. Eastern Plains, experience natural beauty, diverse species, and comprehensive farm stays with amenities like swimming pools and educational tours. Nightly rates start at COP 1,400,000. Sierra Nevada with Santa Marta combine mountain landscapes with paradisical beaches. Visit Tierra Alejandro Nature Reserve while hiking and exploring waterfalls. And lastly, Jardín Antioquia, recognized as the best village for rural tourism in Colombia for 2024. Okay, what's the best view in Bogotá? The Mirador de la Torre Colpatria in Bogotá offers an impressive 360-degree view from the 48th floor, making it a favorite among locals and tourists. Visitors can admire landmarks like the Bogotá Planetarium and the Old Bull Ring. The guided tour includes detailed descriptions and photographs, and visitors can stay as long as they wish. The viewpoint also features a space for coffee, snacks, and occasional cultural events. Entry costs 18 mil pesos, and opening hours are Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and holidays. The nearest Transmilenio station is San Diego, and nearby parking is available. The viewpoint promises a unique and memorable experience in Bogotá. In U.S.-Mexico relations, President Claudia Sheinbaum responded to Donald Trump's proposal to rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. During a press conference, Sheinbaum highlighted that the Gulf of Mexico is internationally recognized, showing a 1607 world map as evidence. She humorously suggested renaming North America as Mexican America. Sheinbaum believes Trump was misinformed and emphasized the importance of maintaining a respectful relation with the U.S. Trump's proposal, supported by Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, was not well received by Mexican politicians who insist the Gulf's name dates back to the Spanish conquest of the 16th century. In Colombian Venezuelan election news, Colombian President Gustavo Petro announced he will not attend Nicolás Maduro's inauguration on January 10, 2025, citing the arrest of human rights defender Carlos Correa and other events in Venezuela. Petro emphasized that July 2024 elections were not free and that Colombia's request for transparency was ignored. He stressed the importance of maintaining diplomatic relations with Venezuela and supporting progressive forces for regional peace. International analyst Juan Falconer noted that Petro's decision could complicate relations with the U.S. and other regional countries. Colombian ambassador to Venezuela, Milton Regnifo, will represent Colombia at the inauguration. In sports, James Rodríguez, that's right, Roger, I remembered. It's pronounced James, not James Rodríguez. James Rodríguez is currently one of the top 3 most valuable free agent Colombian footballers with a market value of 2.5 million. I think this is lira, according to Transfer Market. After a challenging stint with Rayo Vallecano, where he played only a few matches, James is now exploring his options for the 2025 season. Several South American teams, including Junior de Barranquilla, have shown interest in signing him. Additionally, there are reports of potential moves to clubs in Mexico and Argentina. While he decides on his next steps, James has been participating in the Kings League and enjoys some downtime. Also in sports, and this time it's going to be MMA sports. This is just a highlight of a few seconds that I caught of this match. This one I think was billed as the YouTuber versus the scammer. Check this out. Hey, there you go. So, Venezuelan election news. French President Emmanuel Macron emphasized the need to respect the will of the Venezuelan people in a conversation with opposition leaders Maria Corina Machado and Edmundo González Urrutia. As the political crisis in Venezuela intensifies, González Urrutia, who claims victory in the July 28th election, met with Panamanian President José Raúl Mulino and other former Ibero-American presidents. Meanwhile, Nicolás Maduro's regime continues to face international criticism and calls for the release of political prisoners. The UN and various democratic governments have expressed concern over arbitrary detentions and repression ahead of Maduro's controversial inauguration on January 10th. Okay, does anybody think it's a good idea to be around, anywhere around Venezuela today, over the next few days, over the next few weeks? What do you think?
No, not a chance. Not at all. No, none of us
Not
agrees.
a chance. That's right. That's what I think. Okay, protests are scheduled. Venezuelans in Medellin will gather at Parque de las Luces to protest against Nicolás Maduro's inauguration. Rallies are scheduled for Thursday at 5 p.m. and Friday at 10 a.m., organized by the migrant community Colbans. The protests support Edmundo González, whose opposition leader Maria Corina Machado claims won the July 28th election. The demonstrations aim to reject the Chavista regime and demand respect for popular sovereignty. With around 240,000 Venezuelans in Medellin and the Aburrá Valley, significant turnout is expected. The protests highlight the ongoing struggle for freedom and democracy in Venezuela. Okay, on to this last one. This is just a letter from a viewer that explains how he got in Cartagena by the scammer. It's always good to hear it from you guys' mouths. If anybody else has another story that they want me to review or possibly read, or if you want to come on and read the story, again, I need to do a little background check, of course. Remember, I got once. That's enough. It's enough for me. Anyway, I have learned. But anyway, if you do, send an email to dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com and we'll step from there. But let's just jump into his letter. I have removed his name. He doesn't want anybody to know who he is, but he wanted you to know the story so that you don't get got by this cat. Okay. Just after he disappeared, I typed his Caesar scammer in Cartagena into Google and the thread on Reddit popped up for me. From that thread, I followed the link to your video. Massacre. He accosted me on the street, which I don't normally respond to, but said I look very familiar. He spoke fluent English with an American accent. For 2 days, he built my confidence and put me to sleep with his vigilance. I am Polish, but I speak English fluently. Hence, English-speaking people are socially attracted to me, and I let myself be carried away. He showed me around and took me to a pub. At some point, he wanted to borrow $20, and the next day, he wanted to pay me back $50. I refused. And then the day before New Year's Eve, he talked to me about going to Chalon Island for a party. We went to make reservations at the port where the person he had substituted probably sat. He said he often sails with them and has a card plugged in there. So they would pay and I would just give him cash. When they went to Boca Grande by bus and he offered to take some girls with him to the island. He showed me pictures of them and said he had to buy alcohol to keep them interested. That's how he got more money out of me. And at this point, I should have ended with this pluck with good. I met a girl, went to dinner with her. He dropped by seemingly for a while, and literally in an hour, he arranged it for me and I didn't have to do anything. He had such a flow and shot. While I was dancing with her, he told me to take her to the island tomorrow. He said he would take care of the reservations by phone, and by the fact I was thinking with my penis and not my head, he seized the moment and extorted more money from me. In the morning, when we woke up, Caesar had disappeared without a trace. Were there red flags? Yes. But I didn't but I really hit the master. Guests regularly met me with other people, called and showed me other people on camera, built effective social proof. I literally felt victim to my own stupidity, which is why this $400 is the best money spent in my life. The only thing I was shaking after was the fact that he could have done a lot worse to me. That scared the hell out of me. In the end, I paid $400 for a guided tour, companionship, and to help impress a girl, which he did flawlessly. The guy was extremely funny. I laughed practically nonstop, and it put my guard down very quickly. He complimented me, called me his hijo, as he was about 50 years old and I was 32. Not only that, but a couple of times he bet me something, an offer to have a party at his cottage, his Airbnb. I got carried away because I wanted to have fun on New Year's Eve. So there you go. You see, he gets you caught up. He earns your confidence. That's where con comes from. They are confidence men or confidence women. They will earn your confidence. They will get you thinking that one thing the whole time. Again, diversion, distraction. They get you focusing on one thing, and it's just logic. It's psychology, I think. It's just the way the mind works and the human nature, and especially for men. I mean, we're easy to figure out. He said it. He was thinking with one head, not the other. So certain people who run this scam know that when you are in a certain position, you are not focusing on something else. Get you a couple of drinks in you, get your cigar, and next thing you know, you're a mark. Anyway, you're up to date with the latest news out of Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to travel, but travel safe.
My name is dcbornrob and thank y'all for your support. Travel can be rough, it's not a game, not a sport. So on your next trip, be on your best behavior. Someone's always watching, don't try to be a savior. Travel safe, I'm always gonna tell ya. Don't take too many chances or it all can be over, but to get down with them, my thing and do keeps home days. The same trials as ever, my name's steaming rolls like I'm with the Swayden's. The Swayden's, can see the summer crowded, the cleanest, wanna stop them low.
Medellin, feeling mean, sipping cafecito, parquet hair scene, hottest vibe incognito, Comuna 13, colors bright, mural symphony, graffiti on city walls, culture rich as history. Watch dcbornrob, stay wise, streetwise TV, keeping tabs on where to roll, news on lock, believe me. Travel but travel safe, life don't hit replay, street savvy like a king, no risk we convey. Medellin nights, under city lights, roll with dcbornrob, he got the sights, cultures blend. Party never ends. Stay sharp, stay true, we got no pretend. Hustle like New York Marine, never get caught slipping. DC, born street smart, worldwide tripping. Latin beats, salsa streets, rhythm always bumping. Parquet airs, hang tight, massive crowd thumping. Travel like a Marine, ain't no fear. Mad respect for local vibes we revere. Colors bold, stories told, art pure magic. Medellin spirit so infectious, never tragic. Medellin nights, on the city lights, roll with dcbornrob,